So, one day last spring, as spring was warming to summer, I was cooking eggs in a frying pan when I see 5 of those itty-bitty little ants go marching across the tile floor in my kitchen. Headed directly for my trash, where fresh coffee grounds and last night's scraps abound. Since I'm a guy, well, I just stepped on them with my sneaker. End of story. Only Lois, that chick I had hanging around back then, wanted to start in with me, boy, about how I was a cruel-hearted, merciless bastard of a human beast, because I just squished a bunch of those itty-bitty little ants. You know, the ones that are about this big. And Lois was having herself a hissy fit over it. So I turns to her, I says, Lois, I says, calm down, will you? Don't you understand? Those were scouts. If even one of them would have made it back to the ant colony, I'd have me a frickin' ant caravan a mile long. Coming and going, going and coming. From my little trash can here in the kitchen, all the way back to where they came from. To which Lois replied, "What? You goddamn bastard of a beastie man. How could you? How could you? They were only doing their jobs. They were just little ones." To which I replied, I'm trying to send a message back to where they came from. Lois, dear, that none who venture here ever return alive. Now, meanwhile, I'm certain in Lois's mind at that time that she sincerely believed that back at the ant colony there was a certain Staff Sergeant York who's getting to be too old to be a soldier ant anymore. So middle management made him an overseer. And he stands at the entrance to the ant colony. And he clocks out all the scouts as they go out to scout. Clocks them all back in again when they return. 12-hour shifts. And Staff Sergeant York is quite distraught. As well he should be. Scout Team Victor, with Abernathy, Jones, Williams, Wilson, and Cordova, are way overdue. Way overdue. All the other scout teams are returning on time, according to schedule. And the night is falling. And so of every scout team that is returning, Staff Sergeant York inquires. Page, Swanson, McDermott, have you seen my boys? Abernathy, Jones, Williams, Wilson, and Cordova. And they all reply, why, no we haven't, Staff Sergeant. McDermott pipes up. They're not in our sector, Staff Sergeant. Very well, carry on, says Staff Sergeant York. But he mutters under his breath, where could they be? You're not worried, are you, Sarge? Asks Page, leader of Scout Team Scrupulous. Ah, don't worry, they'll turn up, says Staff Sergeant York, as he looks yet again at his watch. Oh, you didn't know that about ants, did you? Yeah, they wear watches. So in order to appear nonchalant about it, Staff Sergeant York remarks, say, why don't you guys go chow down? Get yourself some shut-eye. Which is impossible for an ant. They don't have eyelids. Ah, come on. This lame-ass comedy routine. I figured I'd throw that in there. Why not? After all, this whole thing is anthropomorphicological anyways. No pun intended. Oh, wait a minute. Of course that pun is intended. You do realize I'm just making all this up, don't you? Actually, I'm lying. What, ants do no such things. So anyway, finally, the last crew arrives. And we're about to witness the final curtain. As all hope fails. Garcetti, Jorgensen, Jenkins, and Shorty. Yeah, even ants have nicknames. And Shorty, even for those itty-bitty little ants, yeah, he's on the short side. And the Sarge pipes up. Garcetti, have you seen my boys? Abernathy, Jones, Williams, Wilson, and Cordova. Puts Garcetti on the spot. Now there's nothing for it lets them have it straight up. Didn't you know, Sarge? Haven't you heard? Scout Team Victor, all of them, were last seen around 0930 this morning, disappearing into that giant crack in the Great Wall. 9 clicks north of here, you know the one, Staff Sergeant. As should every ant of this colony. It's the one where none who venture there ever return alive. In a little cafe, just a half a mile north of the border, lived a humble gal, tired feet taking orders. Every day of her life passed by in solitude and grace, as the sun went down and rose again in that place. Now destiny was playing cards with his buddy Fortune, who lost at a hand exceeding table stakes. And the powers that be cut a deal with Lady Luck and fate, that Fortune must pay every penny that destiny takes. Oh, the powers that be, they're watching over you and me. Still got a trick up the sleeve, if we only believe. That very day, a man appeared in the doorway of that little cafe, and she greeted him with courtesy and faith. When he looked in her eyes, he said, "Darling, I've come to take you away from this place." When she asked him his name, he replied, "Just call me Ace." Oh, the powers that be, they're watching over you and me. Still got a trick up their sleeve, if we only believe. 20 years have gone by and she has never regretted a second. My, how everything changed from the moment adventure beckoned. Now from dawn until dusk every day, she has everything it takes. And all over the world she is simply known as the Face. Oh, the powers that be, they're watching over you and me. Still got a trick up their sleeve, if we only believe. Now in a little cafe, just a half a mile north of the border, had a quiet little table in a dusty, darkened corner. Fate stealing cards, Lady Luck is looking over his shoulder, and Fortune must pay every penny that destiny takes. Yes, Fortune must pay every penny that destiny takes. Yeah, I drink liquid rust for breakfast. Mix it in with gasoline. And then I chew on old men's bones for lunch, baby. Yeah, I grease them down with Vaseline. And what I eats for dinner, well, bounces around like a trampoline. I got a junk food diet, baby. Whoa. Worst case I've ever seen. Yeah, it's worse than sugar, baby. It's worse than caffeine. It's even worse than smoking, baby. 10 times worse than nicotine. It's those polytriglycerides and that DHT. I got a junk food diet, baby. Whoa, worst case I've ever seen. I tried to kick it more than once or twice, baby. I just could not get free. Then I had me a blood sugar crisis, baby. In the end, it nearly took me. Then came my hour of decision. I had them junk food diet. Heebie-weebie. Heebie-jeebies. Oh, yeah. I got a junk food diet, baby. Oh, worst case I've ever seen. Oh, I forgot to mention. Lois and I broke up shortly after that itty-bitty little ants incident, as heartfelt soulmates sometimes do. Last I heard, she's dating some guy who's trying to save the whales, which just makes more sense. Did I get you going on that one? What, you went for that? Yeah, when ants wear watches. So let me explain myself a little bit. This solo act of mine with all these songs I play, well, first of all, I want to play the Super Bowl next year, solo, do this whole thing. Take home the big money, get some exposure. But these translate well into the big rock concert venue portfolio with scintillating guitar leads, dueling bass guitarists, thundering drums, and amplifiers 90 feet high. Play every arena in America. Try to wake everybody up. Rock is not dead. Now this is for all you fathers with daughters. Loved to watch her play in her sweet, familiar way. Those little hands and feet quick to greet. Con su pelo en el viento, Alessandra o delicia, quedaría porque ella fuera mía. I called her yesterday. Left a message my usual way. She misses Daddy very much. It's just we're out of touch. Con su pelo en el viento, Alessandra o delicia, quedaría porque ella fuera mía. If a man were to give all he possessed for this love, it could never, ever be enough. For this love is stronger than the grave, my love. This love's flames are raging flames of burning fire. Said love's a flame to your heart, dear one. Said love is a jewel upon your arm. All the mighty rivers cannot quench love's flames, ne'er all the flooding rains may quench love's fire. Love's flickering awesome flame, heavenly fire. Said love is a flame to your hearts, dear ones. Said love is a jewel upon your arms. All the mighty rivers cannot quench love's flames, ne'er all the flooding rains may quench love's fire. Love's flickering awesome flame, a heavenly fire.